This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlaytimeCares.com. What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlaytimeCares.com. Doing my Smackdown recap from May 21st, 2015. It was in Norfolk, Virginia. Had the regular commentators Brian Saxton, Tom Phillips, and Jared the King Lawler. They did a raw recap of the Seth Rollins tribute that Stephanie and Triple H did for him. And that's how they started off the show, just showing everything that transpired between him that ended up with him giving Dean Ambrose the pedigree. And then Roman Reigns came to the ring and pretty much got a lot of mad love from the crowd. A lot of Roman Reigns chant, Roman Reigns. A lot of those chants. He pretty much said that he'll never get a fair fight against Rollins. So he's going to enter himself in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And the crowd was really behind that. Then Ambrose music hits, and he said, hey, I like the idea of the Money in the Bank ladder match. I love all the carnage that come with it. But I'm not going to enter it because I'm already have the belt. Crowd went excited about that. Then Kane music hit, and Kane pretty much was like, look, Roman Reigns, you've been losing too much. You don't get a chance. You at the back of the line. The only way that you even get a title shot, let alone a Money in the Bank ladder match shot, is if you prove yourself to me. And then he told he told him and Ambrose, Reigns and Ambrose, that the authority pretty much always win. You need to just accept that. And then Dean Ambrose pretty much assaulted him, saying that he was a lapdog and he wasn't the Kane that he used to be, which pissed off Kane. Then Kane said, "Look, Roman Reigns, you have the night off. You just go sit in the back. But Dean Ambrose, you have to go ahead and fight Bray Wyatt again. Put you in that match and get that finish." So then they showed that Titus O'Neil won the Celebrity Dad of the Year again with that particular magazine that they first announced on Raw. And then you had all of the six participants in a tag team championship match in the Elimination Chamber. It's going to be six tag teams. So you had the Lucha Dragons versus the Ascension versus Los Matadores versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. And then you had primetime players in the champs, the New Day, on commentary. Okay, I hate to be that old skipping record, but cruiserweight division, please, WWE Universe. Great match, a lot of great in-skill ring abilities showcase. Um, the crowd enjoyed the match. It was a lot of action, so I mean, it was understandable. I mean, a lot of bodies flying everywhere, a lot of high-risk stuff, a lot of really technical maneuvers, and the Lucha Dragons ended up winning a really, really entertaining match. That Four Corners match, as they hashtagged it, but that probably was the best match I've seen in several months. So that was about a 9 out of 10. And then they did a Rusev and Lana breakup recap from Raw. And then they showed like exclusive footage from WWE.com where Rusev said that he was gonna have to crush Ziggler because of Lana and Ziggler kissing and leaving together. Then Renee interviews Dolph Ziggler about what it is that he thought about the interview, and Dolph was like, "Hey man, he just add him to the list of people that don't like me." And he's like, pretty much, I'm just looking forward to be able to fight Rusev and Sheamus and all these type of people for the Elimination Chamber, yada yada yada. IC belt, blah blah blah, BBB, and then Lana shows up, and Zig was like, "Hey Renee, give us time to ourselves." And then Ziggler pretty much told Lana, "Look, I know what you're doing. You're just trying to get your boyfriend mad. I'm with it though, and you're a good kisser." So, Lana, smile, was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be watching you in your match tonight, see how you do." So it's like, okay, cool. So Ziggler, his match was actually against King Barrett, and it was a back and forth match, and there was a lot of big hits, and I mean, it was a really exciting match. The crowd was into this match too, and Ziggler won a really, really hard match with just a well timed zigzag to Dolph. Dolph missed one lick and then just ended up getting zigzagged in the process. And that match was actually about an 8 out of 10. So SmackDown started off really, really strong, really, really strong. So then they did a Raw recap of the Diva action that transpired on Raw that ended up with Paige coming to the ring to save Nikki Bella from that double team attack from Naomi and Tamina, and then eventually Paige um, doing her finishing move, the Rampage, on Nikki as well, and leaving her flat in the ring. So Paige comes to the ring and talk about, oh, look what Naomi did me last month, and he said Naomi only relevant because of what she did to me. Then she called Tamina a man and said she was wrestling in the wrong division. So of course that brought Naomi and Tamina down, and Naomi was like, Paige said she respected Naomi for being aggressive and taking what she wanted. Naomi came to the ring and was like, yeah, that's what I had to do. You've gotten everything pretty much handed to you. You didn't even earn a Diva title shot. Your first day, you come in, and not only do you get a Diva title shot, but you win it. So it's like everything was easy for you. Whereas people like me and Tamina been here for years, and we fighting and we trying to wait in line, and we get nothing. So Paige said, look, you pretty much whining, and you need to just shut up and suck it up. And then they went to me and said, look, we're gonna mop the ring with you. We're gonna clean up this Diva division, starting with you. They go and they start jumping her, and then of course Nikki comes to the ring, and everybody fight, and Naomi and Tamina they go out the ring, and then Nikki get her she get her little finishing move, the rack attack on Paige and leave her flat in the ring. So that's pretty cool. Then Bray Wyatt pretty much cut a promo saying that he's gonna fight Dean Ambrose, and the only reason why is because Dean Ambrose is in the way. And then you had a match between R-Truth and Stardust, decent pace, plenty of action in it. R-Truth get a pretty decent pin victory, about a 7 out of 10. Then Renee interviewed Ryback, and just getting his thoughts on just being in an elimination chamber. Ryback pretty much said he was hungry. He wanted the Intercontinental Championship, and he gonna devour all the people because he need to be fed more. And then they did a Raw recap of John Cena and Kevin Owens, and how their little dust up ended with Kevin Owens powerbombing Cena. And then they showed Kevin Owens at the NXT pay per view coming out with the Cena the Champion's hair shirt on, and his match with Sammy, and how that ended with him winning, and then getting the chair trying to completely dismantle Sammy's shoulder, and then Samoa Joe coming out and coming to the ring and getting in Kevin Owens' face. And Kevin Owens, even though the crowd was like, "Fight, Kevin, fight, Kevin, fight," he bailed. So they just talked about how Kevin Owens does have his U.S. title fight against Cena at Extreme, the Elimination Chambers pay per view. And then let's see what else they talked about. You had the Tough Enough compilations, had some pretty decent ones on there. And then you had the Mega Powers, which is Macho Man Dow and Axelmania versus Axel Rose and Heath Slater. That's a decent match. And I think it was a great homage to Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. And the Mega Powers ended up getting a win. About a 7 out of 10. Renee interviewed Bo Dallas at this point and asked Bo Dallas what's up with the attack on Neville. And Bo Dallas is pretty much saying, look, man, I'm just trying to make the dude stronger. Crowd was booing him, but he told him to believe. And then you had the main event, which of course was Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. And it was a decent match, decent pace. It was a good mixture of power moves and, just high risk moves. And after a double clothesline and both men laying out and the referee starting to count them both out, um, Seth Rollins' music hit and J&J Security and Seth Rollins comes out. Then Roman Reigns' music hit and he pretty much cut them off at the path and Superman punched both of J&J Security, and then Seth Rollins ran to the back. So um, Dean Ambrose pretty much pushed Bray Wyatt in between the ropes, and then Roman Reigns, Superman punched them. Boom, got the got the easy victory. Ambrose got him for the pin victory, and after he put the dirty deeds on him. So good, pretty good match. 8 out of 10, decent match. Follow me on everything. Playtime Cares. It's everything. Twitter, Instagram, whatever. You can donate to the cause. If you want me to talk about more things, say more stuff, as always, just comment. I always comment back to folks. I love the dialogue. Let your people know that I'm on here. Have them comment too. All that type of good stuff. So just peace out.